How to prepare for a technical interview. In June 2020, I watched an inspiring talk by Anthony D. Mays, a technical coach and founder at Morgan Latamico. He came on a Facebook Developer Circles Benin live session and talked about how to prepare for a technical interview. During the live session, he said that helping people to digest what you learn from me today and sharing with your network is a good thing. When you learn something from someone, it is a good idea to pass that knowledge on to others. And if you look at that information closely, it's a good way to learn. So, I decided to put into writing what he discussed during the live session along with my own personal experience. At the end of this article, you will understand the following. In 2018, my friend and I had this dream of interning at big tech companies. It was pretty cool to have such big dreams. But the question here was, am I prepared for the task ahead of me? I remember joining LinkedIn for the first time and I didn't even know how to find my way around. I kept sending messages to different recruiters at big tech companies asking them to refer me for roles that were perhaps a bit out of my reach. But do you know the funny thing? A lot of people make this same mistake. Before trying to get the attention of big tech companies, you need to be seen as someone innovative. You can show this in several ways. Either by building something and publishing it, or by starting your own company or working with a startup. Some people may be smart, but their resumes are horrible. My first resume was really bad. And whenever I look back at it, I start laughing. I looked for ways to improve my resume by doing research and reaching out to some people on LinkedIn to help review it. It got to the point where I was changing my resume up to twice a day. I still wouldn't say that I am the best at writing a resume. But if I compare the before and after, I have improved. When writing your resume, use as many numbers as you can. How many bugs did you fix? How much money did you raise? How many projects do you have on GitHub? What impact did you make? And so on. Please note, your resume should include your LinkedIn profile. So make that profile look like your resume. When you have an amazing profile, recruiters might contact you through LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you should start one here. If you get a referral, it should be from someone who knows you and is familiar with your work. If you don't know anyone, you can start building relationships with these people. Please note, a referral doesn't always get you the job, but it can help you jump to the front of the line so you get contacted. Getting the attention of the company allows you to talk to the recruiter about your background and whether the position might be a great fit for you. If it is a great fit, then you will go through several interview processes. Below is an example of some types of technical interviews you might go through. You may be contacted by an engineer to do a phone screen where you work through a technical question. Make sure you prepare for your phone screen, you might have one or two of them. And if it goes well and you pass, you will be invited for an on-site or virtual interview depending on the company. If you're applying for a software development position, you've got a special set of skills to prepare. Yes, you'll be asked to code. No, you likely won't get a computer. Just a whiteboard. Whiteboard and coding interviews require a special set of skills. Even the best coders can get nailed on coding questions. You might have to go through 4 or 5 on-site or virtual whiteboard interviews with different engineers. This is because the company wants to see how you work with different engineers who are very likely working on different kinds of problems. It also helps them see if you are well-rounded. If you do well in all interviews, that's great. Just try to be consistent. If you do well in one but not in another, this can be confusing to those looking at your performance. This process is the same in a virtual interview. The only difference is that instead of a whiteboard, you will be asked to share your screen while they watch you code. These types of interviews test your knowledge. You will be asked things like how the framework you're using works, why you should make use of if-else statements, and so on. Smaller tech companies are a bit different. But one similar thing is the behavioral interview. This often tests that you know how you solved a problem in a particular situation, how you work under pressure, and so on. Typically, you will be given a project to work on. Then you return it in X hours or even days, it depends on the company. Software companies are looking for good problem solvers. So the question is, how do you become an excellent problem solver? Good problem solvers ask questions. And they know how to think up multiple solutions. Here are some strategies to help you improve your problem solving skills. Brainstorm. And stop and think about 1 or 2 ways you can solve the problem. This is where Big O comes into play. These steps can also be applied to your day-to-day work as well. And you can test them out by doing a mock interview with another engineer. It'll really help you prepare for the actual interview. Success, especially in interviews, requires a lot of hard work and time. I hope the tips I shared in this article help you get started in your tech career. I am an aspiring computer engineer who is into web, Android, technical writing, digital marketing, and building developer communities. Learn to code for free. FreeCodeCamp's open source curriculum has helped more than 40,000 people get jobs as text source, freecodecamp.org.